Taking this as a Kermit. No, it is a Kermit by the very definition.
What are you doing out here?
Hello everybody. In today's video, we have such exciting news. Amber Reid, Hans Christian Pookie Reid, actually is breaching her contract with YouTube and her audience. This is an exciting time to be alive. Does the fun ever start? I had no idea that she's now going to be streaming on Sundays instead of Tuesdays.
Thanks for nothing.
This members only community page post does not even imply it. It just says that I'm going to go live this Sunday. It does not say that I'm going to go live going forward on Sundays. There should have been a public post and there should have been a private members only post changing the date of the stream, which is pretty important. How would anyone know that she changed her date to Sundays from Tuesdays? What's the matter? Hans Christian Pookie Reid, you're so busy during the week. This is 100% a breach of contract. I wanted to show you what a breach of contract was. And another thing I wanted to say is when someone agrees to live stream for YouTube, they are signing a contract. When someone agrees to monetize their videos, they are signing a contract. A breach of contract is when one party to the contract doesn't do what they agreed. Breach of contract happens when one party to a valid contract fails to fulfill their side of the agreement. If a party doesn't do what the contract says they must do, the other party can sue. The reason that I read that out to you is because I've already gotten some comments. Oh my God, she didn't breach it. She certainly did. She certainly did. Not only has she been not showing up to her live streams on and off for a while now and has not made up the 4 hours that she owes people, she has continuously changed the terms. First, she doesn't want to do it for 2 hours. She wants to do it for 1 hour. Now she wants to do it publicly. Oh, and the best part is there is a large chance that she may be doing it publicly this Sunday. That's when I'll cancel. Just so we're all clear, I know that a lot of people may not realize this, but when you click agree to monetize your content, and when you click agree, hey, yeah, I want to do memberships, you are signing a contract with YouTube. You can be sued for this, okay? So Pookie, TikTok, one of these days you're going to be sued. By the way, somebody asked me recently, they said, why do you call Pookie Reid Hans Christian Amberlynn? Because much like the author Hans Christian Andersen, Amber tells fairy tales all the time. If you could not tell already by this ridiculous intro, everything I'm saying is just for entertainment purposes only. Please don't take anything I say seriously. I'm sharing opinions, not facts, and publicly accessible information, first made public by public figures. Please don't go to these people's channels and leave mean-spirited, negative, disparaging comments. In Amber's case, she'll block you, and your comment will never appear. This is the fun ever start. Entertainment purposes only. Totally apologize. I had no idea the lives were going to be on Sunday because her lives are so insufferable. I must have missed that part. It is just outrageous that she expects her members to sit through every single live stream and every single moment of it instead of posting a community page post changing the date. You should have done that. Okay. So Amber doesn't show up last night on Tuesday, right? And I'm like, what's going on? And then I post about it on my community page and I find out that she decided to switch her live streams to Sunday. And I'm like, well, I was in the live stream. How did I not hear this? So I went back and she says this all the way in the end. I mean, I watched all the way to the end, but I guess my Kermit fell asleep. You're completely not just changing the terms that people signed up on, but you're going against the contract. And I thought that she was going to let people make their own decisions and give people a month to decide whether or not they wanted to be a part of a public live stream that she's changing on supposedly. And listen to this. She supposedly said that she was going to change her live streams to public starting August 5th. And she says this in the beginning of the live, right? And she made a members only post. But throughout the live stream, she completely changes her mind and says all the way at the end, oh yeah, I meant to say it in the beginning, but I didn't. Now I'm switching my lives to Sunday and there's going to be like a trial run. Maybe it'll be public.
Thanks for nothing.
So listen, there's a chance that the live streams are going to be public on Sundays. If I see a public live stream on Sunday, I will be 100% canceling. This is great. That's it. I'm canceling on Sunday if I see that she has a public live stream on Sunday. Okay, here's my thing. If you want to change the terms of your contract, at first I was like, okay, this is inappropriate what she's doing, but at least she's giving people until August 5th. Now she's not doing that. She's just forcing people immediately with almost no notice to come to her live streams on Sundays instead of Tuesdays. But wait, there's more. Where is the public community page post that she obviously did not write stating that? Why has she not written down on a community page post publicly that she's changing her members only live streams to Sunday? But I'll do you one better. Where is her members only post that lists her new streaming day as Sunday? She never made a members only post on her community page saying that she's changing the date. Changing the day when you're streaming is like the whole point. If a person doesn't know you're not streaming that day, they're not showing up. She didn't even write a members only community page post stating that she's changing the date. How would any of her members, including me, know that she is changing the streaming date from Tuesday nights to Sunday nights if the person isn't watching every single live stream and every single minute of that live stream? Here's a newsflash, Pookie. Most of your audience members are not catching every single live, and they're certainly not watching every single minute of it. That is outrageous to me. So this is a breach of contract. I think that people shouldn't just be getting refunds, but I've said this before. I think that she should be sued, and I don't care who says what. She wanted to change up the terms as she went along, and people thought that it was going to be the same thing, and she's now breaching her contract over and over and over again. I think that the fact that she made a community page post for her members without listing the change in date, if you don't know what day to come to the live stream, you will miss the live stream. I think that it's not just in poor taste, and people don't just, deserve refunds. But I don't really care about my refund because I don't really care. But I think the people that genuinely want to watch her, I think they deserve refunds, okay? This is the wildest part. You see this members only live stream post? It's now completely void. Not only does this not list the new live streaming date of Sunday versus Tuesday. Worse than that, she's now decided to potentially maybe do a trial run next Sunday public live stream. But this post says you're only starting public live streams on August 5th so people can have a month to decide. And now that's void. So we started off with you saying that August 5th is your public live streams and they're still on Tuesdays. And now we find out that they're going to be on Sundays and they're pretty much possibly a big maybe, but maybe this Sunday they're going to be public already. Amber, just because you haven't been sued yet doesn't mean it's not coming. Information is completely incorrect now that she posted for her members. And this is just absolutely unacceptable. And I know what people will say. What did you expect from her? I think that because people have zero expectations of her, she's somehow allowed to get away with bad behavior. And I think this is absolutely unacceptable. So I guess she's doing the public live streams as a trial starting on Sundays. She clearly gave the wrong information to her members in the beginning of her last members only live stream. So in the beginning, she had Tuesday live streams, right? Tuesday's just middle day of the week. Excuse me, Wednesday. Hold my Kermit. And, it's just like a day that she clearly wasn't doing anything on Tuesday nights. Maybe mommy didn't chauffeur her around to the latest doctor appointment, okay? She had nothing to do, so she did Tuesday nights, which was comfortable for her. She didn't even ask her audience, hey, what is the best day for you guys that you all want me to stream at? Like, something like the weekend. Of course, keeping her precious Friday bingo night and Saturday night when she can, catfish girly pops on TikToks, to herself. Those are the very important day. Fine. Now, she doesn't even want a live stream on crappy Tuesday nights. And by the way, she does say something, she says some nonsense in the live stream that somebody wanted the live streams to be on a different day. One person? No. She's switching it to Sunday night for two reasons. The first reason is because She knows that she has absolutely nothing to do on that Sunday night. You know, she's already exhausted her social battery. Yeah, go get another battery. And, you know, she just has nothing to do at all on Sunday night. Like, think about it. She's exhausted the entire week of any day that maybe mommy can chauffeur her somewhere around. And then no Fridays and Saturday nights because bingo, and I have to make believe I have a friend. And then culminating in Sunday night, where she literally, you know, Sunday night is that day that right before you have to start the new week. So it's like when she absolutely has nothing to do. Don't make any mistakes about it. It's not because somebody messaged her. And then there's something else very interesting going on in this situation about how she's trying to sabotage reaction channels. I'm 100 on this, and intervene in their posting days, which is what I would like to get into now. There's something that I've been observing about her behavior, like something that I think is actually like very interesting. I know that she thinks that no one else can pick up on this, but I've been seeing what you've been doing for the majority of the times that you've been doing these live streams, Amber. Hans, Christian, Pookie, Reid, and I wanted to talk about it. So first thing I want to say is let's start off with the basics. She says in one of her latest videos that she has a lot of things going on behind the scenes and she cannot commit to a schedule. This is really important for what we're about to talk about. Now, I do want to comment on that statement and say we all have a lot of things going on. It's such a disingenuous statement for her to make. We all have things going on. I have everything else going on in my life other than my YouTube videos, okay? But I still somehow manage to post frequently, right? Okay. I understand that we all have things going on. Amber, do you think that your audience doesn't have anything else going on in their lives other than your content, if we can call it that? Everyone has a lot of things going on in their lives. But people make time for work because it's how they sustain themselves. You have been so spoiled for such a long time with YouTube. Like, see, she knows that even if she doesn't have a schedule, even if she barely uploads videos, what will happen is because people have such a negative interest in her and want to always stick it to her and say negative things about her and whatever, just in general, let's just put it this way. They love discussing her content. So she knows that. So she doesn't really have to put in any effort or even show up that often because she knows that whatever she puts up will be discussed. And every single time, let me just tell you how this works, okay? Whenever people talk about someone on the internet, other people that don't join in the conversation, they go and they look these people up and these people make more money. This is why I always say that the number one thing that you want is for people to talk about you, even if negatively, because there's one thing worse than not talking about you. Oh, that's it. That's it. There is nothing worse than being not talked about. That's it. Not being talked about is the main problem. And she knows that she throws something up against the wall once, twice a week, comes to these outrageous live streams where she's now, I mean, really boring and not giving any content and just like, I don't want to play choosy and I don't want to sit around and, you know, see you pull cards with no interest and pulling cards in the tarot deck without you not even knowing anything about it. Like, people want tea and drama. That's what your channel is about. And if you keep this up, I really don't care either way. If you keep this up, you know, it's your own channel that's, you know, not gonna flourish. But my point is, she's saying that she can't really upload videos frequently. She can't have a schedule. By the way, you don't actually have to have a Monday, Wednesday schedule, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. You have to just upload frequently enough that people feel that you're, you know, present. So I think it's just disingenuous. I think that she's beyond spoiled and not grateful. She says in this video, she's so grateful for her doctor. You know, she's so grateful. Why aren't you grateful for the platform that you have that allows you not to work? It's only because of the negative interest in her content is she even making money. Okay. So just remember that she said to you that she has so many things going on, she can't really have a schedule. And she has said this on and off for a while, right? Okay. So this implies to me and clearly states that she's so busy that, you know what, when she can post the video, she can post it. She says that there's always going to be a Monday vlog, but during the week, it's very sketchy. She doesn't know when she can post a video. Okay, fine. I understand. So now that we're coming to the end of, you know, hidden members only live streams, I have a question for you. So with how busy you are, sweetheart, and how you can barely post during the week other than Monday. Why do you on purpose make sure that the day after your members only live stream, you always have a video up? And I'm going to give you the answer as to why she does this. Remember, this is a busy person who says that she can't have a schedule. She can say that there's always going to be a Monday vlog, but for the rest of the week, just she can't really upload. This is my opinion, but I'm 100 on it. I am 100% clear, and I'm sure of what I'm saying is true. The reason that she makes sure to post a video, even though she's so busy, the day after her paywall hidden members only live stream, but yet she still posts the video the morning, like the day of, right? The day after. But she still posts the video the day after, is for one reason only. She doesn't want the few people to be able to get as many views as we would get recapping her live stream. And I'm 100 on this. There's actually not anyone here. If you plan to change my mind, get 17 frogs, because no. I'm 100 on this, and I've been not saying anything, but at this point, it is so wild to me. And since the memberships that are paywalled are ending, I might as well say it now. Amber, I see right through you. I know exactly what you're doing. Listen to what I'm saying. She doesn't want us to get the views on her, like on our recaps about her members only live streams. So as busy as she is and as miserable as she is with not wanting to post, she makes sure to intervene the day after her paywalled members only live stream and post a 10-minute video. She's posted a 4-minute video before. Anything. She throws anything against the wall that sticks the afternoon after, because she knows that this puts like a wrench in the plan. Pookie, if only your plan worked. And she knows that everyone's now going to be posting about her and the attention goes to her. I know exactly what you've been doing, because ask yourself this question, okay? If the person here, Amber, is saying that she is unable to really post during the week, she can't have a schedule, she's very busy, she's got so many things going on behind the scenes, and she can only commit to a Monday vlog, why do you make sure that every single time it's the next day, when people are posting the recaps of your members only live streams, why do you make sure to still post that day but not any other day? There's no other answer. She's doing it to spite the people that are even making recaps. Honestly, to me, this says everything I need to know about you as a person, as a human being. I know what you've been doing for a while. Again, just think about it. First of all, we know that she's lying, that she's not actually busy, and she doesn't, in my opinion, she doesn't actually want to work. This has always been going on, number one. Number two, the bottom line with her is she could post at any day, but she chooses, even if she does have things going on behind the scenes, she chooses to post the day after her live stream, which, think about how difficult that is for her. She's just extended her social battery for 2 hours, and she has to film a video that night after or beforehand, but usually it's after. And she makes sure to post it. And look at how calculated this is. Even when she went live on a different day, she just recently, this past week, went live on a Sunday night. She made sure it was the night before her vlog was going up. Why is she doing this? This is not a coincidence. She's making sure that a recorded video of her content goes up the day right after any live stream she has, so that the people that are doing recaps have to now share the views with her. Now, I just want to say something. I understand that people post about Amber all day long, right? And, well, not as much as they used to, but, reaction channels always post in one day multiple times. But this is different. Has a calculated decision that she's making with how difficult it is for her to post, how much she doesn't want to post. Just think about this. She doesn't want to post. That's palpable, okay? So with how much she doesn't want to post, she still puts in the effort to have a video up the day when the recaps are coming out of her live stream, that members only, that she knows are impossible to watch unless you're paying. Yes, there's people in Discord that are saying it, but the point is, look, the content exclusivity is scarce on these paywalled memberships. This is why I'm not going to continue to pay for her membership starting August 5th, because I will be Kermited if I go and pay for something that everybody could see. Absolutely not. There's absolutely no reason for it. But I see exactly what you're doing. You want to stop people from watching the recaps and go to your video instead. And then she knows, listen, she knows that everybody will go and respond to her video and those other videos are getting lost in the shuffle. Too bad that they're actually not. Amber, I know like the things that you do and how you view things, and it shows exactly the type of person that you are. Maybe this proves to you that she's not too busy to film, she's not too busy to post. She can. I think that what we just talked about proves that she 150% can actually post videos whenever she wants, because remember, she chooses to post a YouTube video, even though it's supposedly so difficult for her, the day after her paywalled members only recaps come out, so that she's in competition with those people and the views can go to her. That to me says everything I need to know about you. One of those things being that it's not just disingenuous behavior, but your manipulation and your calculated behavior doesn't even work on most of us, and it's not working. And you definitely have proved 150% that you can post whenever you want, that you don't have all of these things that are stopping you from filming behind the scenes. If you can make sure that a video goes up on the day right after, oh, you are calculating this. You're making the conscious choice to post, to stick it to the other people. And the fun part is, and the best part of this plan is that now you're about to really tank your own channel. The best part is, now that we know that her live streams are about to be public, and she still wants to post on Monday, the day after her live streams are going to be public, she's now trying to circumvent all of the reaction channels that are going to be making videos on her public live streams. She wants to post right in the middle of them making these videos to steal the views. Again, she could post this vlog on any other day. That's why she also changed the day to Sunday, because she wants to make sure that the live happens and then immediately she intervenes and tries to get all the attention for herself the next day on Monday, while all of the people that make videos about her are posting their public reactions to her public live stream. It's phenomenal. If you really look at this, at the whole concept of how she's calculated this, I have people always coming here and saying, no, she would never be able to be like doing this. Like, this takes a lot of planning and manipulation. And what do you think she has time for? Think about this. While she had members only live streams, she was trying to make sure that even the people that were doing reactions to her members only live streams had to, basically have her intervene in their views. Now that the members only live streams are no longer members only live streams, now that they're public, she still is going to be posting on Monday. That is the last and possible reason she's making her live streams on Sundays, because she's so desperate to make sure that the live stream that she makes the next day, she intervenes in anyone's views. And that right there is why you'll never have a good relationship with your audience. You're calculated, making sure that anyone talking about you has to, like, the next day about these streams, they have to deal with you cutting into their views. And by the way, it's a platform that millions of people are posting to each day. No one can really make the statement of, well, this one posted. Well, yeah, it's everybody's job to post. But mark my words, I see what she's doing. She's doing this on purpose. She has calculated the Sunday night date of her live streams so she can take away views from all the people and all the reaction channels that are going to be reacting to it with her Monday vlog. That was a decision that was made on purpose. I see exactly what you have been doing and what you're doing now. Notice how when she's switching the date of her members only live that are now going to be public, she's immediately making sure that right after, when everybody's doing the reactions, oh, here comes Amber with her vlog. Yeah, Amber, you're very, very transparent. The best part is most reaction channels get more views than her. So What a wonderful plan. If only it worked. I see you, Pookie. I want to move on and briefly talk about Foodie Beauty. Foodie Beauty is living in Syria, as we recently discussed, and is live streaming for 4 hours, for 5 hours, for 2 hours from Syria, where she barely even has electricity. A lot of the time, she does not have electricity at all. And she's still putting in the effort. Listen, I don't care for anything that Foodie Beauty says or does, and completely disagree with everything. But this is an example of somebody putting in the effort and work because she doesn't know how else she's going to pay the bills without live streaming. If Foodie Beauty can live stream in the dark, there's actually a moment where she's live streaming and her electricity goes out and she continues to live stream from the dark, then Amber can show up for 2 hours. Then Amber can show up when she says she will. How is it possible that a person who is clearly very, very, very visibly struggling, Chantal is visibly struggling in Syria. She's talking about certain things that are happening there that are not making her feel safe, right? How is a person live streaming for 4 or 5 hours? Look at this. She's in the dark. Electricity goes off. She continues to stream 4 hours, 5 hours, 2 hours. If this woman can stream with no electricity pretty much in the dark for hours on end because she needs to pay her bills, Amber should be able to live stream from the comfort of her own home where she feels safe, etc., etc. If nothing else proves to you that Hans Christian Pookie Reid is in breach of her contract and just doesn't want to live stream, that's what this is about. She just doesn't want to work. Then just look at Foodie Beauty. She has no other choice but to work. Like, what choice does Chantal have? It's not like her amazing husband is going to support her, which brings me to my next point. So recently in Chantal's live streams, her boyfriend, husband, has been saying quite a bit. First, he said that he told her not to come, and he says that she's constantly complaining and that she came to Syria too early, and he told her to not come yet, and, he wanted to get things situated. He basically says how much she complains. I'm paraphrasing. Just remember that, and we'll get back to it. Recently, she's been saying how he wants her to get weight loss surgery. And she says, I'm not getting any weight loss surgery clinic or whatever. And supposedly it's pretty cheap to get weight loss surgery. And she says it's in some clinic. Now, I don't think that she should just go and do this without researching it first. And my advice is, if you need to do this and you want to do this, do it in Canada. Why in the world would you be doing it anywhere else? For him to suggest for her to go through this without even having the proper counseling. When you have, this procedure, you need counseling for a while before they even allow you to do this in the United States and Canada. And he's just saying, oh, just go to a clinic pretty much, give him a quick buck and, do it. This all culminates in me saying to you one more time, yet again, that he's just not that into her. Chantal, he's just not that into you. I have said for a while, there's no need to try to figure this out. He's just not that into her. In my opinion, he got with her for the wrong reasons and money was involved because she did supposedly, allegedly, give him $9,000. Right? That's what she gave. That's what his friend said when they got together. At the end of the day, a man that is telling you that you complain too much, that you shouldn't have come here. I thought that you went to visit him because you missed him so much. And in response, she says to him, oh, well, I missed you. And he's like, yeah, well, I missed you too. You could tell he didn't miss her at all. He don't miss nothing. Okay. He don't miss nothing. Chantal, let's not forget, because you broke the law in Kuwait, he can't even go back there. He can't even be with his family. It's wild to me. You've ruined this man's life. And he shows you every single day that he's just not that into you. If you have a partner and you want your partner to get a surgery to help with their health, you're not just going to tell them to just go and do it, spend a little bit of money on it in a random clinic. You're going to have to understand that they need to do it where they feel comfortable, when they feel comfortable. Chantal, go back to Canada, go home. This guy is just not that into you. I've been saying it for years. That's about it for today's video. I want to thank you all so very much for watching today. Definitely appreciate you being here. If you enjoyed today's video, please check out this other video that's popping up here on a similar topic. You may enjoy it. Let me know your thoughts, comments, questions in the comments down below. If I see that her live stream is public on Sunday, I'm canceling that night. All right, wasn't that fun? See you next time. Bye.